Welcome to you all on this fine evening. I have the undivided pleasure of having a great match to show, and hopefully that we can all enjoy here together. I have the joy of going to cover this match. However, I have no co-host, so I doubly hope so that you guys will join in on the chat and yeah, I think I've been reading too much Undivided Chaos, but I really hope that you guys on chat will at least have a lot of input, that I have something to bounce off, otherwise it will just be me and my undivided talk the whole evening. So, yeah. So we are blessed in the sense that we have this great match, and it's going to be Aldorf West versus Aldorf West, top team versus bottom team. So it's definitely gonna be something interesting. I guarantee you. So it must also be clearly a underdog story again, like we so often have here on the UKBBL and then the FA Cup. I am also very happy to see that we have all tiers of the league, more or less all represented here in the final four. The only one who has dual presence is Aldorf, and the bashy teams of West have made it to the semi-final here, and I think it's going to be a really interesting match. If we have a peek at the two teams here, we can also see two very, very different approaches to how to build a team. Yeah, I think that tree is definitely going to be a big factor in how this goes. And I think, however, flings are a little bit more easier to bash than flings are, but we'll see. See if we can grab onto some of those skinks and give them a hard time, because I think the Saurus is going to be a little bit more questionable. For the keen-eyed, they would probably also notice there is a team value difference here. Not a huge one, but enough that you can get some interesting things here. It will be very interesting to see what actually ends up getting picked here as the, lack of a better word, the choice for this match. I would have said if it was 150, I would definitely say the Wizard, but we're just shy of that. Funny enough, might be deliberately constructed to be so. But you could still get a chainsaw, and I think maybe against those skinks that could be really interesting. You could also get a bias ref, which might put a little bit of a plug in towards those sneaky get dirty player skinks. That might also be a bit of a factor here. Also, of course, the big guys will be interesting to see how they pan out. It's also two teams that are a bit light on rerolls. Both have opted for a 2 reroll approach here, which does help to keep the team values down, of course, but also makes Nuffle's foul interference much more present. I don't think it's unrealistically, with the amount of bashing that's probably going to be going on here, that Snake Eyes is going to be a factor. I do love to see that thrower, even if it is not the, how to say, most reliable throw anymore with a 4+ baseline. I think we will not be seeing it doing many passes. You never know. Again, I'll take it with the caveat that I generally have a tendency to, whatever I predict, it will be the opposite. So I almost could predict that we're going to see a lot of passing from that. Right. I will also say that it is also going to be very interesting to see. I think this is going to definitely be in question of if Zenjos can bash enough players to get a win, or if I think Coleman will need to have a hope not to it drags out to overtime. I think if this goes into overtime, I think the casualties and attrition will just eat away at the the Old World Alliance here. So I think against Skink's speed, though, it's gonna be a tough challenge. But I would also say that both these players and both these teams have been up against some formidable challenges to get to this point. So it's gonna be really interesting, I think, to see how this pans out. I'm personally, I'm gonna have to hold on to the and root for the underdog, but also purely for the fact that Zenjo has now twice kept me out of the FA Cup. So definitely nothing personally there, right? But no, it's definitely gonna be a match. I think it's gonna. Those 3 pluses are gonna be a challenge on both sides. I think it's gonna be down to do those sneaky get on a roll and start removing left, right, and center. If so, I think the Old World Alliance will probably not be able to sustain the attrition for long. If however, the Old World Alliance gets rid of some of those sources or sneaky skinks, I think they are definitely in a much better position to last the longevity of the match. Of course, there's always the risk of blitzes and perfect defense and all the other nasty shenanigans that Nuffle has in store for us, but that's also what makes it interesting, right? Weather could also, like, both these teams are both very, especially with that low amount of rerolls, like, weather will be a huge thing if it happens, of course. So that's definitely also a thing that we could be holding on to. Mathimus, if we're actually looking for more commenters, so I would definitely give that a try, but it takes a little bit to get it set up correctly from the first time. So definitely something I will get back to you. No, that's not right way where you're saying it. It's definitely something I will keep you to and force you to comply with, that you have said that you're willing to do so. Same goes for anyone else who would like to join in. If you are, ping me and send me a private message if you want to co-host some of these. We are always, it sounds like, often looking for more people to join the ranks and have more people that we can draw on for these shows, because it would also make it more flexible for the players to pick times for when they want to play the matches, because it's always a balancing act of getting both the coaches and preferably as many of the hosting people to be able to be available at the same time, which is also why you are just stuck with me for tonight, because there was a lot of other things going on apparently tonight that made it not so easy to find a number 2. Good. I have gotten a thumbs up that players are ready to go, so I will just check here in game. Wow. We will probably, let's see if we change it to the game. Should be showing it now, hopefully for all. That's then we just hopefully we'll see a new game appear here on the list of matches. There is not actually many games going on at the moment. I don't know if that's because it's Wednesday evening or... Well, okay. He said, and then there was 22 pages. That is actually quite decent. I will definitely keep you to that, Mathimus. Competitions. Friendlies. Let's see if we're lucky. There we are. Boys and girls, we have a match. 1400. Let's see what gets induced here. I will change the coloring. Let's see if we can't make do without the coloring of teams here in a second. And enjoy the native colors and not just the red and blue. I think skinks and humans are pretty easy to tell apart. At least that's a lot easier than sometimes Yeah, that Troll Slayer is definitely I think the inducements of the Troll Slayer, I think the Troll Slayer would have been a nicer pick, but I'm gonna wait to see what is induced before revealing mine, just in case they're listening. but I definitely know what I would have picked here for 140. But we'll see. We can see with what Gavin ends up picking here. Let's see. And the suspense is killing us. Looks like he's really having a thing about this. I'm just going to see if I can check if the settings for the game is done correctly here. I actually don't know if there's a way, weather, human pitch. No, I don't think. Huh. That is something. Oh, we going for Cindy. That is definitely also a very good option against Lizardmen and a CAG and some assistant coaches. Yeah, that's definitely I would say, I think whether it be this option or Wolf with the chainsaw or Bias Ref, I think they're all decent options. I think, however, I would probably go for the Bias Ref because that would definitely reduce the efficiency of those two players, but it will also increase the efficiency of the own. Yeah, Bucknell could have been fun too, but it would also increase the value of your own player, and you more or less have to go and try to see if you can't get rid of some of those sources. The Alliance has gone for receiving, which I think makes really good sense, trying to get some early removals, I'm suspecting here. Be interesting to see if Zenjo goes for a dual sneaky git on grid or a more, let's call it, slower paced, small spread out, one on the field and one off. No, gonna go for the safe bet and keep the likely ball carrier off the grid. Though I will say that Zenjo is probably missing that one super skink that he used to have with AG2 plus, because that is always a hoot to play against. Classic spread out boat. I'm a little bit surprised by the colors. We get to really enjoy those lovely sharp green colors there. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised by the spreading out of the sources. I would have expected you would keep it more close. I think it's Cindy that is already, let's call it, wielding her magic in that spreading out. Because usually the sources would prefer to stand closer to each other. Also with a thrower that, how to say, banged up for passing, you are gonna rely on having to actually move the ball around and not just throwing it. Unless you're a lot more of a gamble than I am, at least. So it's a bit of a shame that he got banged up. Some safeties. Was that Mathimus? You did that, yeah. High kick. That's a fairly stable result. Oh, let's see how you're going to do it with the catcher. Almost be sure is to have it and move it about, or you're going to take the a little bit more riskier, but maybe better starting point of having it on the ball carrier. Yeah. Off with the punches. Oh, it's a dwarf with the dirty player. I didn't. Hopefully it was a lino. And a naked block. Tree. Oh. Like if you hit the bias ref here, I would definitely have pulled it back in and then fouled the lights out of it. But yeah. Tries to run off. And the trees does pursue. Almost breaks the armor. That's a near miss. I think Zenjo is very happy about that. Do we even? No, we didn't even bring Cindy on the field. Yeah, it makes sense to go for that one. Oh, well, seems like Nuffle. Whoa, wow. I was just about to say the Nuffle has been kind, and then I had to yet again eat my words here, don't I? Oh, it's not even badly hurt. That means that the APUC is not sure. Are you gonna on turn one? That's a big call. I'm not sure. I don't think that's wrong either. But it's just like either way, it's a big call. You have to make one way or the other. It's a nickel too. I did miss that. What's the mid? Yeah, it's just nickel two, and now it's a bad odds. Then you more or less have to just eat it up as much as it. That's a big removal here, turn one. Also because it's both Mighty Blow and guard, right? Are you gonna go for? Ooh, are we gonna see a foul here? I don't think we should, but it's sizing up to look like a foul. Yeah, I think that's problem is if he fouls here, gets sent off, there's free reign in here, and that might be the game already there, right? I do see the temptation, but I also think like how much bench do we have? We have 2 bench and a fake player. Getting that sent off would more or less really swing the match basically back to neutral. But getting that removed would also, I think it's too much of a gamble here. Also, I think if it had been maybe this guy, then because of the tackle, my blow and everything, right, it would maybe been more worth it. We try to clear a little bit up. Oh, we're gonna push him out to where we can get to foul him. The bigger problem here for the Lizardmen is that it's as much as you can rack them up to foul them here, it's going to expose them, and you don't actually have that much else to work with because they're a little bit scattered already. Yeah. Not a big fan of standing this up here, though, if you're not going to do more than that. You got a foul. It's not really much of an option here, as much as interesting. I would maybe just have kept that Saurus there and then use that skink there. And then be able to pull this one back. Yeah, oh, and not even a break. I'm sensing, and I could be wrong here, but I think there's a good chance that this guy's going to go over and have a chat with this guy in a second about sportsmanship. But we'll see. Crap. Yeah. Small details. I know it's the one in Quartz Goals, right? But like, why haven't we stood this one up? He's not going to be blitzing the ball carrier away because we put the big guy on the ground next to him, which was, yeah, the loner of, I can't remember all well lines. Is it a 3+ loner or is it a 4+? 3+. The dwarves that are 3+, right? It shows you how much all world I play. Yeah. Can I see the block here? I hope to beat this one up. This I was gonna say you should almost have just fallen out of range and then free everything up. Over to the tree. I think the tree is collecting people to bash in a second here. Yeah. Oh. Well, almost quartz calls. Just not the way that wow. Yeah, that's Nuffle taking the piss out of things, right? The bigger problem is these two can actually be cleared now, and that actually opens up. So, gonna almost have to hope that one of these two wants nines. I think it's a little bit. Well, okay, that's also an option. 3 dice, of course, is good. We get the ball carrier tagged and potentially remove the catcher. It's also really nice. And it seems to get the removal. Let's see what it will be in a second. Oh, Nuffle is not taking prisoners today. Yeah, you almost have to eat that up, don't you? Yeah, that's gonna. Now clean out that side. Yeah, if this also succeeds, then it's gonna be really ugly for the Lions already. Yeah, that's bad luck. Not statistically, just a combination of this and the removal. Oh, it's definitely swung the other way around now. I hate that on all the lines. You can't trust the dwarves. Yep, it's an old world dwarf runner. You're almost gonna have to try and clear this one out. Can we get down here? 3, 4, 5. Movement, yeah. So it's getting a little thin up here. Not that it's a huge help, but you're gonna have to run for that. Can't go further back in the field. You have to move forward here. Oh, Nuffle is definitely taking a swing for the other side here. Yeah, the handoff is definitely on the table. That's not important. This dice is. Should follow. Just attack this one. Bring that down here and just dodge out. Punch that skink, you get one. Yeah, those skinks are impervious to almost everything. Building a new cage here, maybe? The only problem is you gotta have to move this one before you move that one. That makes the gamble really nasty, because if you move him away and fail, you can't. Yeah. You just have to pray to your taillights out that this actually succeeds. If you can, you can sort of stabilize the situation. Well, at least Nuffle wasn't that cruel. It goes up here. Yeah, that's definitely some high adrenaline we're starting off with here. Some more poor beating of dwarves, which I know everyone hates seeing. Take it like a champ. Can see him. Let's bring him back and then click in from here. Then that's too little, too aggressive. No. We're gonna squeeze in then here. Let's see. Could open the corridor and then have him swing in here. I think I prefer this path because it takes out both the guard piece and you get a stand firm piece on it. But it's going to be really hard to get off. It opens the door corridor a little bit over here, but you could take the skinks and close. It's not exactly high dice for this, but it's just fine. Just it does the job. No flashy dice here. Just dirty gritty dice. Yeah, that's gonna. This is gonna be yeah. Oh, we're gonna take the gamble and then do it with the naked crux. Yeah, probably would have not taken. Yeah, no, I might as well stand there actually. Just trying to save off some of the what is probably going to be a foul in a second here. Oh, you're going to clip the corner, you're going to go for it, and you're going to go. It's as tempting as it is. I think it's more important to come down and shield some of this damage off. Yeah, that's better, I was going to say. Zenjo's point of view. Well, that would have been a stun on anything. That's a really good question. What do you do here? You are feeling that loss of those two players so hard already. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that is gonna. Ooh. This is probably gonna be a change of who gets to have the ball in 2 seconds. Punch there, punch there, punch there. That's at least 6 guaranteed block dice. without re-rolling anything. I get why he's doing it. It's to get that one free so he can actually get this over here and assist. Takes out the friend. Not particularly sure why we're doing that. Is it because we want to... Is this ball carrier just going to refuse to give up the ball here? No. The Alliance is definitely going to need some dice starting going their way. That's not it either. No, I would not put him there, but that's... Now it races up, he races up, and there's a... I think the off... Yeah, Cindy, I think, would have been a... It's easy to hindsight, but I think Cindy, I was a bit surprised when I saw that she wasn't on, and two, the Alliance has I'm not sure I was going to say be managed to be spread out and thinned out, but it's definitely ended in that situation where it's they have definitely been spread out and thinned out. And now this king's going to do what they do best, which is run off and hide and make everything else difficult for people to get to where they want to go. Yep. I think we're also back to this biased ref thing, right? I think it would at least have kept the kings from fouling. Or if they did, they will have been sent off at this point. At least one of them, even on a good day. Oh, take root. Sure, take root. Don't care. Just get up. Oh, it's to stand up. Oh. A really tough spot here. If this isn't a removal, it is. KO still counts and matters at this point. Counts and matters a lot. Yeah, stand up. We can even make a daring move to sort of get forward here. So we need to take out those actions so they don't start interfering here. Then we can actually maybe cause a situation where we can get to the ball carrier. Yep, taking out the Saurus. Good idea. Is that going to give a lot more punches from the Saurus that we don't really want? Yes. But if we go into second half being behind 1-0, it's really going to be uphill. At least the attrition starts to rack up a little bit more than this. You don't understand why we're starting with this block here. Because it doesn't really... Yeah. This is the block that's important, and it, of course, it... Nuffle is still being kind to the lizards here, and it's a 75% chance, but still. Because this frees up. So unless this is a push, then the alliance is going to be in a rough spot for next turn. No. Nuffle keeps true to his course and at least doesn't give an hour break on top of it. So he can run here. He can be behind corner, which is not optimal, but I think to, no. Computer says no. Go out here. No, okay, we could just shoot shorter. I'm not a big fan of that. Also, because if this fails, it's dice on the ball carrier. And we could have actually gone down here and different options. But hey, might be why I'm not here. And just commentating with you guys. Crocs, yeah. And the party continues. I'm just thinking it's gonna be removal, I don't know why. Nope. No removal. Close, but no removal there. Yeah. The tree just doesn't. It's a 4-1 again. 4-1. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was going to say. I think you're just going to have to go up and pounce that fella, and we didn't follow. Interesting. Yeah. If this gets to be removal, can't follow. That is a removal. The chaos is nice. I'm not disputing that and all that, but the alliance really needed that to be gone and dusted because they will come back. That there is big, however. That is big. Yeah, because at least with the chaos, right? Like there's a good chance that for second half, if Zenjo, I think at least this must be considering scoring in turn 7. Just to get all the chaos back because they are sort of crucial, right? And would benefit from that. I was going to say if he can even get one more removal, it would also force Cindy to be fielded, maybe, and thereby basically taking her out before doing much of anything. Yeah, click there, going in a sort of cagey area here. But yeah, Zenjo has also been in a comfortable position so far, meaning also that there's been no need for the rerolls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, that's not optimal. It's enough, but it's not optimal. And we can go in here now. The source comes over. Yeah, that's if you there's always a question of like how big is your bench and how much attrition is going to take. Like if you are playing a Nurgle team, right? Like attrition is minimal. And then having 2 on the bench should probably be enough. If you're playing something like halflings, then having a bench of 2 is that a removal. No, good. Well, I would like a match, so to speak. Yeah, I think it was the spreading out. Yeah, I like the opting not to blitz here. Tree. Now you got a sort of a okay. See, the things I don't get there. I would have thought we might as well just roll for the tree and see if we get what we need. And we're gonna be cheeky and go over here and blitz here again. So I get why the Alliance is really trying to stop this touchdown, but I'm also slightly concerned that the attrition that they're racking up and doing so might be more expensive, and the tree finally decides that anything but a 4-1 is maybe a good idea. I love that. It's brave, but I love it. That is important. Now, if the Dutch also, and it does, oh my god, this is potentially huge. A power would, of course, been what we were looking for here, but this is still huge. Well, all the Sauruses are bucked down in various degrees. Well, of course, you can like blitz one of them to get away, but if Nuffle finally decides that it's time to not power every Saurus's roll, this can be a big turn for the Alliance. Yeah, I think it's to protect the kick. Why they didn't feel that super lineman. If my guess. Their armor is doing okay considering how much punching they're taking so far. And this is really because you almost have to move the skink now, right? Because you can't rely on this actually working. And we took the brave one, but you got rewarded for it. Is that for we exactly within reach? Are we just gonna stand up the skink and just make a run for it and hope there's not enough ones? Or we're gonna take a slower bet and just go somewhere over here, get this up. We're not scoring. Well, we are. We just need to reroll for it. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Don't like we don't extend out the skink, but that's a small detail. But well, at least the keg did it work, but Zenjo didn't need to score this early, apparently, because Nuffle just decided that both those killer skinks should come back, of course. That's you're always gonna have to do the thing flow here, right? No, well, you're definitely not feeling Cindy. Yeah, that might be the reason. Nuffle says like, yeah, you should have gotten the ref. But then again, like then Klein would have not been back, so it's. I still think I would have gone for it. just those more because it's a minimum. I don't know exactly, but it's a minimum of 80 in team value that those two account for, if not more, right? And taking that out is, I think, is good. Plus, it would have enabled you to much more, like say, maybe get to keep Cindy, maybe do a cheeky fouling once in a while, and still get away with it, right? I think Cindy is nice, but she is also not the answer to all of life issues. No, I'm fairly sure if they could that out, they would have done that. Or if they have 170, they might have gone for the just go for the wizard. But yeah, it'd be really interesting to see here if yeah, looks like we're gonna try for the throwing of flings here. I think the right call here is to try to do as much damage with the fling as backup, and just being like, yeah, I have no rerolls, I have no reliable way of guaranteeing that it will pan out. So why are they so close though? That I don't get. Maybe spread them out a little bit more, but that's just me. Well, Nuffle says, well, don't worry about that thing. I'll give you a reroll, but you're not doing the fling stuff. The You almost gotta have to foul here at this point now. Go like, yeah, fuck it. Take that. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be the halfling, right? Halfling, yeah. Fill in those three, and then take the halfling and try to take out the crocs. Can you bring? Doesn't matter. No. We are doing it with the dirty player. Ref, what do you say? Say all good? Okay, that's brave. Yeah. Yeah, Nuffle is not exactly being kind here again. Of course, Nuffle could be a lot more cruel and just send off the dwarf, right? But yeah. Also because any removal here is taking numbers off the field, right? Oh, long six, of course, and you're just like, why could not six been used for something more rewarding than that? Yeah, exactly. Casual 6+ throw. I do a lot of those on weekends just for the fun of it. No, it's one of those things where you get to this point where it's sort of like, yeah, exactly, for the funsies. Hey, Gav, it's not going kindly with the device here. Oh, I'm gonna. Yeah. That makes sense then. The endless bounce. It's one of those things, small things in the game that are really. Well, the etiquette is they're allowed to be in here if they want to. I think we even put in the text that it's sort of like on their own. Also, because there's no way for us to sort of, lack of a better word, well, it's going to be removable, enforce it anyway, if they are in here or not. And can't really see what it's. I was going to say, if they're relying on my delayed advice on anything, I'd say they are. Yeah, when I play myself, the reason why I don't join is also to give me for more focus, because it is also something. Yeah, the stream is also behind, but it again, it's also like it distracts at least me. So I prefer just to focus purely on the game and just play the match and then be taking part in the. But if I know some people can do both at the same time, and more power to those, I was going to say, but I don't see a problem. Plus, we don't have a way to really check it anyway. Plus, if you are really relying on my advice, I was going to say you're probably not going to win anyway. So, but yeah. So yeah, there is there is a list of who's watching, but there's no way to correlate it. So if I created a Steam account called Poll, there's no way to know that Steam account Poll. Oh, sorry, Twitch account. A Twitch account called Poll, and use that one to watch. There's no way to know that Paul is me, right? So in that sense, it's still, let's call it the honor system that we're relying on. But yeah, I think the more for. So I was going to say I think it's more if people, if the players who are playing start to get, let's call it, in a written argument on Twitch chat, then I see more problem with it. I don't know. You should always be more suspected, Paul. I always whenever I need a name for someone, it's always Paul. I don't know why, but it's something I've noticed. It's always Paul's fault, and I don't know anyone called Paul. By the way, that makes it even double funny. But yeah, I feel you, man. I also hate All World Alliance. I think of the, let's call it, mixed races teams, it's probably the worst. And it's not like it needed huge fixes to be decent and usable, but I think they just nerfed it too much. Especially like Chaos Renegades is probably the really like king of the mixed teams. I think Underworld is also really good. Was definitely also too good with the swarming. I do not get why the dwarves needed loner skills. I do not get why that there's not more, let's say, access to more of the. I think they should have been allowed to have an elf lineman, like a movement 6 sort of lineman, just like the other teams have. Whether it should be on 7 or 8 armor value is more debatable, but like a standard lineman, I don't see a problem with. It would also make them more versatile. Chaos Renegades are, I would actually say, good. They're not great. They're good. Their biggest problem from being great, at least in my opinion, is that they're not reliable. And the perk is you get access to so many good things, and the drawback from that is I think it's minimal. The biggest problem is the three big guys, and that's anytime you play with three guys, is that there's a lot of going stupid risk every turn, right? And that means that it can swing very much. On the other hand, it's also, yeah, I was gonna say, I generally try to avoid not how to say saying to people I don't like what they did here, but I am also a little bit curious about why this up here. On top of that, yeah, I think Cindy's gonna get a headache here in a second. I also do think that the alliance here is in the need of a serious miracle, or at least Nuffle starting to that there. I do not, however, get. Yeah, because you needed that now to happen also. Oh, the dice just. Well, he says, and finally a little bit of bad dice for the Lizardmen. Well, the problem is also like if you only have two rerolls, right? Like this is half your rerolls, and even like this is half your rerolls for potentially the third half, right? That's. I was gonna say you almost position here where it's like you can't bring one player down to get that third dice. Now you only have one reroll, and if this pickup fails, are you gonna reroll that and spend the last one? No, you just have to hope that it's not a KO or worse, which is a bit likely. But let's see. Nope, not even an hour break. Cindy decided to just brace for impact and take it on the chin. Like a true halfling. Just like the dwarves. Yeah. As silly as it is, but that is sort of important. Now you're gonna do Doom Divers dodge and just try to hope here, or just to get another chance of removal. Yep, we going all in on removing Cindy. Wow. 2 free, 2 free. Yeah, I'm not loving how the Lizardmen are positioned here, actually. Yep. So little skinks here. Now this will, let's see, it's 11 versus 11. Yeah, I get why. I think I would probably, well, could bring it. Yeah, okay. Since we could bring this guy over here, I'm not against that idea. Well, we really gonna go in for that removal here. I like that. 3 dice. Time to pay the piper. Let's see if Nuffle agrees or thinks that's no. Computer says no. We are attacking and backing. You would? Nah, no, I wouldn't. Not for red dice. On 1 and 3. Oh. Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good question. So they're all worn down. So I think the big issue here is basically how long is the Alliance armor gonna last? Because this, for better and worse, I was going to say, I won't have block. Stun is acceptable. Well, Zenjo has the perk, so to speak, of that being ahead means also you don't have to score. It just means you have to deny your opponent. But that's also a very fragile position to be in, because holding the ball off and yeah, I think at least we have to, like a better word, post the threat. I'm gonna do a cheeky foul in here. Not sure I get why we are in that corner over there as much as we are. But yeah, I'm not saying that staying back is a bad idea. I'm just saying, like, I over the half here don't want to be sitting back. That's the crux going down, probably. Bye. That is mattering. That really matters there. Did I just invent a new word? Yeah, I did. That is mattering. Wow, that's horrible. Yep, I like that. Nuffle, come on. Does it? I did not know that. I just thought it was me who had poor English. Yeah, we do that. Yeah. Now, if the tree could start doing some removals, it would be amazing. No. I like that you looked it up on Wikipedia. Yeah. However, that Saurus there is in need of an improvement of life. Mattering. He's definitely mattering right now. Now comes Cindy. Cindy is finding her pies and making it ready for next turn. Yeah, definitely like that we sort of covering its side. Who's that? Gilia. Gilja. It's a shame that he didn't go down. That would have really made this a lot easier for next turn. But it's definitely put the Alliance in a better spot. It also means now that the Lizardmen really have to consider what they want to do with that pie thrower next turn. Because you think the attrition level is not high enough in Old of West already? Or is it just because you wouldn't mind that Saurus not making it back? Yeah, so yeah, Lizardmen are a nasty team. What are we going to see here in a second? I'm a little bit in doubt. What is... That is really interesting. I must admit I did not foresee whatever this is. And it's either because it's not the right option, or more likely it is because it is so smart that I just can't see it. Because all I'm seeing, and I could be terribly wrong here, is one pie going one place. The biggest question, in my opinion, here is more a question of when do you throw it? Early or late in your turn? Yeah, I don't mind that pie being, like, even if it's inaccurate and it just hits the general vicinity, I'm fine with that. I don't need it to be a sniper shot here. I just need it to hit anything in that general vicinity, and I'm happy. What is it? 3, 6, 9. A little bit. Definitely seeing the blitz coming here. That's my... That guy just doesn't want to go down. Yep. Well, okay. I needed to be one higher before I would find it sort of like a better word, interesting. 4 plus I would have done it on. 5 plus pretty inaccurate. I think it's a little bit. And this sounds weird to say it this way, but it's a little bit too expensive. High risk. He just doesn't want to go down. Nope. Oh, what is that? Like 10 dice at this point or something like that? Maybe not. 9. Sound fair. Well, that's a good question. Yeah, otherwise you get pushed down here. Yeah. Yeah. That was braver than I would have been. I really don't. I hate the dwarves that have long skill. I come to the question, are you gonna throw pies or are you gonna do something more sneaky? Hello, Hello, Crooks. We're gonna throw a bomb. Well, we back to those casual sixes. And if this guy interferes, I'm gonna cry. That's all misses, of course, because why not Nuffle? Wow. Any of those been a removal for like just a KO or anything. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, here's the question for the Lizardmen almost like, are you going to start falling back or are you going to keep the high momentum here? do, 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 do. Oh, this is big. This is big. No matter what decides here, this is big. Yeah. Because, like, this is the thing about, like even we're not even looking for quads really, but like because we didn't stand these up before, we are sort of forced into the position where you have to reroll this, and that's what I mean. Like when the ordering of things is always important because like if these had been stood up, you could actually have taken said like, okay, it's crap, but I get to keep my reroll, and I think actually that's much more valuable in this position. But because you didn't stand these up, you got to take that reroll here. And that now leaves Skinks and Lizardmen blank. And that is huge. Damn, that's big. That's annoying. That is really annoying. And that's doubles. Wow. Okay, well. Yeah, that's risky, but that was a high reward. Yeah. And Zenjo also needs to start minding time consumption here. That is a thing. Like, if especially should this end up going on overtime, Zenjo is going to be hard pushed for time. Not turns, but time. Oh, do not like that. Do not like that. I really don't like that. I think this is time pressure. I think these, not fully, but to some extent, is a little bit out of desperation and panic. I'm definitely going to do what's needed, and then I'm going to take a shot. 3, 6. Well, Gila finally decided that standing up is really overrated. Wow. Yeah, definitely using the APOC on that. There. I think you might be right. Gita said, I don't want to do this anymore. My head is starting to hurt at the Apicus. It's supposed to. Oh, okay. I would say this match in many ways is exactly the reverse of what I expected. in the sense that we sort of back to this thing of where like my anticipation of where the attrition would go would have been more that the Old Alliance would have been the ones taking all the damage and heat, so to speak. There we go. Now it's really starting to mount. Yeah. 3, 6, 9. Alternatively is, yeah. I can do this first. There's a guard there. Get the POW. Feels like Nuffle has been pinned up for a while here and finally decided to let it rip. Question is, and this is quite often what you see in matches like this, is it too late that the dice has started to sort of swing the other way? Proverbial time to casual sixes. Wow. But the bombs are darts. I'm not sure it's really worth the trade. That the bombs just don't. I love the fact that casual sixes we just hit. The bombs are just don't working. Yeah. Like throwing 2 bombs. You could also fouled. You could also brought send in to a better spot for next turn, but it's getting close to crunch time, right? Also, when are the Lizardmen gonna do their move? I don't foresee them sitting back and just waiting the time out, especially not with the removals of late turns. They, however, also really suffering from right now. There's no safety net, whatsoever. So the biggest thing that they got going for it right now is that should everything go not that way, they get to play a third half, which is not optimal for them in the position that they're in, but it could also be worse. The question is just now, like, what do you want to do for those few turns that you have left? Well, if Cindy's just going to continue to roll sixes anyway, it doesn't matter. She's bugged down, right? Oh, this is the big decision. Like, are you going to start running back and taking cover, or are you going to start moving forward and try to claim some space so that it gets harder to put the ball in the other direction, and potentially also being scoring threat. So the Alliance has to maybe burn some rerolls to stabilize things, right? Ooh, like it's a 1 in 36. I know, but it's like that's if that goes the other way around. I might, well, depending on where you go, of course, you might not want to follow. So at least you won't tagged. It all depends on like where you're going with the skink. Or the crux is working. And we go to the side. The side where everything is happening, for better and worse. Oh, I think this is panic. Clearly more than any. Like there's a lot of this that compared to how Sunjun usually plays. I think this is more a question of the clock is weighing on his decisioning order here more than anything, because there's a lot of this that is definitely not the lack of a better word, the usual ordering of things that I see from him. And when you start to hear those final seconds ticking down, like it starts to really mess with your head too, right? Also, like in this decision, how much are you gonna, like, are you just gonna 4+3 and just hope for the best, or is that the right call here? Is it like we down to the, like, all small details matter here at this point, right? We also getting to the point where we really need to get that ball and start moving in the opposite direction, because there's still a half to be closed. Cheeky, I love it. Cheeky, really cheeky, I love it. Oh. Ooh, that is sweet. Oh, yeah. Silly tree. It has not been, well, I will eat my words. I will eat my words. Good tree. Good tree. I'll take taking root over not standing up here. And now it's time to let it rain. Let's see. Not a casual 6. Whee! Another casual 6. Now this has to be not the dot bomb, right? Like that's the only way that this. Yeah, exactly. Wow. 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 Hello, Mark. You just came to a very. So Cindy has been having quite the day here. She has casually rolled 3 6s on 4 rolls. First, however, that where the bomb actually exploded and doing anything, but here it then also took both out in one go. Oh, I like that. I like that move there. Ooh, I like it. That's. Are we back to this tree? Good tree. Yeah. Yeah. Can we? I get why we rerolling, but I was gonna say I think I might have left it. But yeah. That is big. I would put it this way, we are definitely getting into the exciting part of the match where all small details is gonna matter. Yeah, if the first 4+ here had succeeded, I would definitely reroll the 3+. But I also get why we're doing it, because it does enable the chance of getting that second pair of hands up here, which is going to be crucial in a second, I more or less guarantee. But it's also this, like, you're if you keep the rerolls, it's really nice for the next couple of turns and the next half. But you also need to get to the next half. So if you're not burning them now, you might never get to the point where they might be nice. So it's always that catch-22 where it's like, Should I not? And I know what I would have done, and I can also say that I don't think it's wrong to have done it in a different way here. I don't think it's a clean cut situation. It's going to be becoming some really important dice rolls here in a second. Yeah. That Crux has definitely wow. And if it hadn't been for the first dice, yeah, that's you've got to step up here. You can't step in here. Oh, you're stepping all the way over there. Interesting. Interesting. So are we gonna make a mad dash for it here in a second? Oh, we are. And we are out of time. The clock came back to bite so heavily here. Wow. If this goes to overtime, I think the Lizardmen are in for a really, really bad time. But it's gonna be really also a question of yeah. Zenjo is a thinker, but he's been thinking, at least according to the game rules, a little bit too much here. Oh, there is some really crunchy decisions coming up here in a second. I am very happy that I only get to watch and don't need to worry about what to do here. Oh. Yeah, I think in all fairness, that third half should give like just a minute or 2 minutes more. Like it's sort of weird that it's all like you got 7.5 minutes, and if you need a third half, well, you don't get more time to think about it. Get why we're doing this, but we have a. What are we gonna do here in a second? Oh, we come on. I don't know why. In my head, that was the one. I already saw this as the one. Ooh, and a removal. Ooh, and let's be fair, a very very questionable pounce. Could be worse. Could be worse. Could have been a lot better. Oh. Who we. That is a good question. The auto movement, so that clears him up. There's a Saurus on the loose. Nope, there's no movement left. All spent. All spent. And since she blitzes, there's no handing it off. Yeah. That there, I think, is the right call. Hoping for Bonehead or the 50% chance of 45% chance of no powers. There's no rules. There's no way of getting it back, right? Yeah. The dwarf. Wow. Had to join the fray. That's This is gonna go. I think the Crocs have been sort of a hero so far, so I'm very curious to see if the Crocs continues. Because if the Crocs fails now, in the hour of its biggest need, the Lizardmen are in a really bad spot. I know this is 1 in 36, but I'm not sure why we were risking that. Unless, oh, yeah, I was going to say, like, you actually got less than 50% chance that it downs the player, right? So, are you better off not doing anything here? Like in the crazy reverse world where it's like, are you in a better spot? Just yeah, but the biggest problem I see with the free plus, I think it's what I'll do if he comes to that. But it's if it fails, there's no backup plan, right? Whether it's if yeah, well, the Crux does his magic again. We get to clear that answer, and the bounce was horrible. Yeah. Now this is going to be a really, really, really hard time. And why not? When the dice is hot, the dice are hot. Wow. Yeah. That there, oh, however, is a little bit iffy. A little bit iffy to say the least. Yeah, I think that was definitely a right call. It fundamentally doesn't solve my headache, but it definitely does help. Oh, Blitzer. Oh, I know what I would do if it was me. If you want this. There, give me attack. Oh, we could put him there, does the same. Um, oh, options here. Line and you know at least have a scoring threat. Yeah. The question is the ordering here, right? Like it's so tense that I'm so focused on the game that I keep just forgetting to commentate here. Yeah, you need to get something. Some second threat would be really, really nice at this point. But also protecting the ball carrier. But also, and also, and also. That's all the problem, right? And what's worth the risk here at this point? Time is running out, however. I don't know. I will give it this much, though, that it's become a lot more closer than it looked earlier on. Yeah, that's... Oh, if it comes up here. That'd be huge. Nope. Go the other way around. I like that. A lot of dice, but he's saying yes. Now he can go out here, attack the Saras. Oh, this is... Do we dare to do the Dutch? At this point, we more or less have to, right? And it's a 4+. It's a 4+. I'm not sure that I like the attacking, but it's too late now at this point. But ooh. Everything is in flux. I'm a little bit surprised that the runner... Ooh, this is big. This is big. It's going to have to be there, right? Twinkle, 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 twinkle. There, right? Yeah, it's going to go down. Like, I think we're gonna see the Crux do its thing again and blitz here and just walk over and say, deal with me, right? And so we need to sort of it's definitely not over, but it's still not looking great for the Alliance at this point. But yeah. Here's the other thing: if this Crux boneheads, which he didn't, it pows because why not? It's been having a great day. Like if the Lions scores here, it should be a fairly comfortable win from there in overtime, or at least a draw. Yeah, just eat it up. Just aiming for attrition here, and we at this point. But there isn't really much here to do. Like it is just throwing some dice at this and then hoping this actually works out. Like that's all there's left at this point. Might as well just. Then at least worst case scenario, you get a flat dice, and even a flat dice, you need just everything but a 1. So that's a 3+, a 2+, yep. And now we need a 4+, 3+, 2+. And what? The Alliance probably wouldn't want to give. Oh, it fails. Shame. Yep, there you have it, boys and girls. The Lizardmen eked out a win in the end by their fingertips, and wow. Again, I was going to say almost like I predicted. Nothing went the way that I predicted. The attrition ended up going in in the old World Alliance, and the ball players ended up being winning in the regular time was the Lizardmen. So perfect prediction again for me, getting it all wrong. Congratulations, Zenjo, and commiseration, Coleman. That was definitely a match that had it all. I was going to say. I would say though, I've rarely seen Cindy snipe so much and also fail at the same time so horrendously. Wow, yeah, and that that one touchdown of the first half ended up being the defining factor. I'm trying to see here if I can, if I need to find the stat. I need to find the player, right? Then I could go into their player record, right? That's how this works, right? I think I can do that. Activity last played and find it here. Yeah, there it is. There it is. So yeah. So there's a chance of a all Lizard final. I sort of hope not, because I generally find mirror matches a little bit boring. But yeah. But it is also good, like whoever makes the final of these four last players. Now we're down to three, but it will be a good match, I think, in all cases. So best case for Wershner, who's playing against Snow Troll, is that he gets to play Lizardmen twice in a row. And if Snow Troll wins, it's going to be all Wizard out. I think Snow Troll. No, it was Tapestry that in last season's playoff also ended up in a Lizardmen versus Lizardmen playoff. I think it was semifinals, as far as I remember. Seem to remember here. But yeah, you can definitely see the sixes down here, but we can also see there's a lot of the lower end that is present here, so that sort of tilts the dice in a slightly not so favorable way. Not so happy for pushers. Wow, this is definitely clears up why there was a lot of punching going on here. It's clear lack of pushes, but wow, that was some punches there. But yeah, you are in chat. Yeah. Hello. 2 6 here. Just with a bit of luck. See if I can get. Hello, Sancho.
Hi, Archangel.
Hello. Just bear with me. I for some reason have you coming out of my speakers and not my headset. So that might give a little bit of a feedback here. Then there's no way I can actually fix that for you, as far as I can see. So, can everyone hear them?
Yes.
Yeah, I can do.
Can anyone hear them?
I'm here as well, and I could hear Zenjo on the stream.
Oh, perfect. Then it's all good. And it's all good. Well, commiserations and congratulations. I don't know about you two, but my nerves are frayed from this, and I didn't even play.
Oh yeah, it was the way it was going at half time. I thought this if I can just get the second touchdown quite easily, then it might be quite a comfortable second half. But definitely didn't work out that way.
No, I think at least from the looks of it, I think it was that re-roll into double skulls that really sort of defined the first half. At least that was my read of
Oh
it.
yeah.
The greed trying to kill the sneaky git.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think the re-roll in itself, it was not so much the wrong call as it was being punished for it. Like it's sort of the classic situation, right? Like where it's sort of like you think you're in a good situation, I might as well re-roll this because the reward of that makes it valuable, and then it just flips everything on its head because you get this double skulls, right?
Yeah, Old World Alliance win by attrition as well, unfortunately. They don't have any redundancy, and as I'd lost my catcher by that stage, I had to do something a bit more drastic. So
I agree. So,
Yeah, when the game started off and had that Saurus dead from turn 1, I thought that wasn't the best start, but I started to get some attrition back again.
That's how the FA Cup this season's been like that the whole season. Can't buy a win in the league, but FA Cup didn't matter who you put in front of us, we'd kill them. That's how it's been. Decimated the undead in the last round. Killed 3 ghouls by turn 5. It's ridiculous.
Wow. Yeah, that is some killing spree. I was going to say. That is, but yeah. So what was your read on second half? Because what was your plan, Zenjo, when you start off second half?
Just take out Cindy as soon as I could. I kind of got the good result off the line of scrimmage, so I got blocker straight away, and then I got the block on Cindy, knocked her down. Yeah, go in for the foul, but it didn't work, and after that, it was a bit of a mess.
Just atrocious.
Yeah,
I thought I'd put my kick player in the wide zone. I'd put players in quick snap range. Oh, it was just awful. I don't even want to talk about it. Cindy proved bulletproof that game. She's been killing herself all season because we've been playing down TV, and the only thing that made this game competitive was at the end of the last league game. I had 4 randoms, and I went, "Oh, sod it! I just don't like this team anymore." And I rolled Mighty Blow on the Troll Slayer, Wrestle on that lineman, Dauntless on the other lineman, and Block on the catcher. All randoms. Like, all right. The team doesn't look so bad now. So it's literally
shortcut to improving it. Yeah.
I really don't enjoy playing Old World Alliance, but it's so close to the new release now. I'm just going to suck it up and keep playing them.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you might be twisting at the end of the season, but
no, the team.
More suffering, yeah.
To be honest, the team, there's no particular races in Blood Bowl 3 that I actually enjoy, really. I suppose nobility, but the thought of starting with a 1000 TV nobility team at this stage, just literally, it makes me want to die inside. So if High Elves were in the game, I'd switch to High Elves, but they're not. So there you go.
Yeah, I know that positioning where it's like you are sort of stuck in a position where you have a fully developed team and you don't want to start over, and yet you are looking at your team going like, I don't want to play this team, but I don't want to start over either.
That Treeman deserves to keep going forever.
That Treeman is really doing a lot of good work.
Yeah, multiple block. He didn't get to show off his skills in this game because Zenjo avoided it. But he's a bit of a guy, and he didn't root till really late this time as well.
No.
So he had a bit of a game, couple of go for it to tag 2 Saurus at once. He did well, that tree today.
Yeah, the tree, but I must say, I think the true MVP I will have to give to the Crux. I think in all fairness, there were several times, and if you ever watched replay, like that Crux performance was at the crucial points, just doing everything that it needed to do every single time.
Yeah, he didn't bonehead much.
Yeah, I mean that final turn block. I just thought he's going to bonehead here, and he's just going to go to walk in a touchdown. But he knocked it down. That was a key block.
That tree always has trouble standing up in the first half. To be honest, Matemus. He's a bit of a nightmare. He's a liability. Cindy normally kills herself. This is the same team that's been playing all season. She normally kills herself. Sometimes takes players with her. The blitz is normally gone by turn 3. The runner's a legend. The dwarf runner. What a hero he is.
Yeah.
He random block as well. What a ledge. Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's definitely. It was one of those matches where there's a lot of things because of the dice how they worked out that wasn't going to plan, and I think. At least that's what I talked with chat with. It seemed like towards the end, and you were really starting to feel the time pressure. Is that right?
Oh well, that just happens. That happens with me pretty much every game, so I'm quite used to that.
Good.
It made for a good stream. That's the best thing. It was an exciting game.
Oh, definitely.
I'd much prefer to be involved in a nice game like that, despite being on the other than deleting a team. It's one of my most enjoyable games online with the old world for a long time. It was fun. But I do have to go because my daughter's about to have some kind of stroke if she doesn't get on the computer soon. She's got homework to do.
Oh, teenagers. I got one of those too. So yeah. No, nope.
Homework last minute, so I better go.
Yeah. Thank you and commiserations.
Well played.
Cracking game. And everybody, come to the UKBBL event, just like Archangel here and myself. And Zenjo, what's your excuse? First weekend.
I'm going as well. Yeah.
Perfect. There you go. All three of us
I've signed up for it.
Yeah.
We're up to 30 players now. You've got a lot of the Euro Bowl runners-up team coming along. There's at least 4 Welsh guys coming already. So you'll be playing some international quality coaches on tabletop. So good to see you there.
Both Galantio and I signed up yesterday. So
yeah, we're looking good numbers. I'm expecting to get close to 50 this year, so it's going to be one of the biggest we've run.
Oh,
and
great!
For the first time ever, we're all in one room. So, but I do now need to go. My wife is now here.
Take care. And, thank you. Bye. So yeah. Cool. I think we will also close the stream. I think we've been going here for almost 2 hours. Zenjo, do you just you going to the final now, right? What are your predictions for the other semi-final?
Well, I mean, I've played them both before in the FA Cup. So I played the Lizards a couple of seasons ago with Snow Troll, and I managed to get some very good dice in that one. Came through it, and I played. I'm not sure how you pronounce his name. Versner, is it? Anyway,
I'm dyslexic, so that's my excuse for not being able to pronounce anyone's names here. So clearly, I think it's Versner, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, well, he's German, so I'm not sure. So, but I played him last season in the FA Cup. We had a really good game, and it actually went to penalties.
Yeah,
it was the last round before penalties were abolished. So, because he didn't have a very well developed team, and I thought he played really well there. So I definitely rated highly as a coach. And obviously, Snow Troll's been in the top division for a long time as well. So it'll be a tough match, whoever I get.
Yeah. So is there any preference, like just purely like the team wise? Like, do you prefer playing against the Lizardmen team, or would you prefer to play against the Orcs?
Oh, I play against Orcs constantly, so maybe an all Lizard final. Guaranteed Lizard winner. That would be good.
That would be sort of funny. That would definitely make it for really interesting, because I think at least of if I was to pick a mirror match, I would much rather watch a mirror match of 2 Lizardmen teams than 2 Orc teams. So if purely comparing mirror matches, then definitely I would rather go that. I still think I would, purely as a, let's call it matchup, not who's playing the teams, but as purely matchup, I think it'd be more interesting to have a Lizardmen versus Orcs, because at least then you have the difference in the races still being a thing that you need to sort of play with and around, which I think is more interesting than.
Oh yeah, it'd be better for the viewers probably the Lizardman Orc final, but we'll see.
I think some of the worst things is like Chaos kill team versus Chaos kill team, because it's basically just going to be like who gets to roll high dice, and then that's basically it. Mirror Black Orcs is sort of the same. That is. Here's the thing: Blood Bowl can't be anything if the dice is that way, right? But if we're looking at it statistically in most likely scenarios, then yes, I would not predict a really thrilling mirror match of Black Orcs or 2 Chaos Kill teams. Whereas if one of the more interesting matches I think you can have a mirror match is like Mirror Wood Elves, Mirror Skaven. That is just chaos on a unique level. But yeah,
3-all draw.
Yeah. I think my record is a 8-6 win with Skaven versus Skaven. We had 14 goals, and I think we also had like something like 7 blitzes in the match, so it really did help.
Yeah, was that the Blood Bowl 2 when you had the kind of natural one-turner?
No. This was on the tabletop from back when you had the magic items, and you could have special, like you could buy magic items, and then you could get lucky and you could draw a thing which you could then make 2 blitzes in one turn. Clearly not broken.
Yeah.
Or-
Back then you could have like a
Or
10
or a random player on your opponent teams do not turn up for the match. Like crazy stuff. Like it because clearly
Yeah, they were a bit broken, the old cards, yeah.
they were funny as hell, but they were really broken if you got lucky with them. But yeah, cool. Yeah, for those who are interested, and I hope that is of course all of you, we will have the other semifinal on the 23rd, so that is next Thursday for those who are counting. It will be, surprise, as we sort of hinted here, Worthness Orcs versus Snow Trolls, Lizardmen, and it's Hills versus Prem. We had 4 Prem in the last 8, and then 3 of them disappeared in one fell swoop. Thank you, Zenjo. And now we're down to 1, and so it'll be interesting to see if it will be a Prem not even making it to the finals. It's sort of interesting. Yeah. Do you have any last words? Otherwise, I'm gonna close up the stream and rate people on to someone else. I don't know if you have final words and victory speech ready, prepared, because you knew this was coming.
I'll prepare one for the final. How about that?
That is a deal. That's
a few weeks for that.
I would put it this way: it's also rare that then you have homework. I bet you that's been a while.
Homework. I've done homework for about 25 years.
I've last time I had to do homework, it was checking other people's homework, and I'm not doing that again. So, but yeah, cool. Then I will say bye and thank you all for watching and listening, and commiserations to the Old World Alliance, and congratulations to you, Zenjo. And then hopefully I will see you all in the final. Bye bye, and thank you for this time.